This this is a nerd hole, and I'm going
All
to
right,
make it
let's
as
go.
quickly as I can. Um, so I grew up in a patriotic household, playing GI Joe, watching black and white war movies with my dad. That was our quality time together. So I was probably the only sixth grader that knew about the Sixth Fleet moving into the Mediterranean back in like '86 for Libya.
I like where this is
The news
going.
was always
Yes.
on. I was always paying attention to that.
Yeah.
The overthrow of the Shah of Iran. I was 7, and I understood what was going on. So all of those things really fascinated me. Now, when I went to the Air Force after graduation, um, I was security police, and they have a law enforcement component, but they also have, nuclear security and force protection. So anti-terrorism. What are bad guys going to do? Things to put in bad guys' way to slow them down, to stop them for our response. So I got really good at, I don't want to say matrix, but I got really good at looking at tactical problems and landscapes and figuring out best approach, ways in, ways out, what I would do, and basically being a bad guy. And doing that in practice for so many years, and then doing training when I was in the Air Force. And just, I don't know, man, it became my nerd space to figure out bad guy stuff. And then I was always aware of terrorism, even back in the '80s before it was popular per se.
Fair.
So, and then going back even, to the turn of the 20th century. But anyway, enough of the nerd stuff. But I was always paying attention to what was going on in the world. I would get the Triton reports, the quick looks, anything that happened in the world. I would get that stuff through Reuters or Rand, and I would read those things, and I would pick apart the debriefs. And I knew in Iraq and Afghanistan they were using playbooks from the IRA, from Hezbollah, Hamas, the whole thing, man. Anything that you see in Central America, Shining Path, all of these guys, it's all outsourced, man. Hezbollah and the IRA were the godfathers of IEDs.
Yeah.
So you see their thumbprint on everything all over the world. So they would try an attack and like, okay, that didn't work so well. And then they would do an after action report, say, okay, let's try it this way. So you would see 30 attacks, almost to the same fingerprint, but they would get better and better and better. Worse for the good guys, better and better for the bad guys.
Yeah.
Then they would take that and they would shelf it. And their attacks were modular. So they would say, okay, we're going to take one from column A, one from column B, and 2 from column C, and we're going to make a coordinated attack. The next thing you know, you start seeing coordinated attacks all across the Middle East. So you could actually follow the path of destruction to see what they're going to do. And that's what I did. I was able to put those things together. So being able to know what I would do as a bad guy, I was able to flip the switches as a good guy and prevent those things from happening. All the way full circle.
Yeah.
I would introduce that stuff to you guys. Like I actually evacuated the academy one day. They went down the back stairwell based on the actual evacuation plan. I had booby trapped the way, and I said, okay, let's just say you can make it here. This is the parking lot you're supposed to go to. Let's go there and rally up and do a head count. There actually was a rider truck parked in that dirt parking lot across from the academy.
No.
And instead of doing a search for secondaries or multiples, there's people leaning up against the rider truck just bullshitting.
Oh my
God. Like later on the day, we're going to talk about the Murrah Federal building and the truck you're leaning against. So that happened to work out by accident, but that was the shit that I would do, and that would just kind of work out. Yeah, man, that's how I figured all that stuff out. What would I do? Cops always pick up flashlights, and a flashlight is nothing but a pipe bomb. It's got your switch, your initiator, your power source, everything. A cop is going to pick up a mag light.
It's dangerous for it.
I'm going to take your hand off or your face off.